All right. Hello, Internet. We are here once again for another Tavern talk. This one, I'm not going to lie, we threw together last minute. Someone had to take a dump, and now we're here. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. I'll let you guess who it was. First of all, we'll introduce the cast and crew. We'll start with the man behind the counter, the dragon himself. How you doing, Brad?
I'm doing good. I'm feeling a little free today.
You know what? Good for you, Brandon. I am happy the Dravo himself can be himself, like Rab himself, though scalier, I guess. Man, I wonder what Rab himself is doing these days.
Well, he's still in the skateboarding circuit. Like he's at least still in the scene.
Good for him, man. That guy was a legend.
Oh yeah, I love Rab.
But tangent aside, we'll move on down the line to DJ.
Hi. He was talking about me about somebody who had to take a dump. That was me. Hi.
So if you guessed him, you were correct.
Your best friend owes you $5. You're welcome.
Make good on it too.
Buy scratch offs. Invest in the lottery. It's a sure thing.
And with that out of the way,
Horrible advice yet again from NoSkill.
Sketchy financial advice from a goblin, a furry, and a cat girl.
Yes.
Sound advice, but this sounds kind of like a joke that would be set in a tavern, and that's kind of going to lean into what we're doing today, because I'm sure you can tell the goblin can't move his arms or legs or his neck very well. I've been inside a lot. What?
That's called being a quadriplegic.
No, that can't move him at all. I said very well.
Oh, okay. Quadra sometimes.
Part-time, I guess. I don't get the full plate.
That's our punk band name, Part-Time Cripples. Let's go.
What the fuck? That does not reflect NoSkill Entertainment's views, opinions, or allegiances.
Nope. Don't listen. That's of his own mouth, not everyone else's.
Exactly.
I took a shit, felt lighter, and now I'm happy.
Oh my god.
Anyways, I've been down and not doing too well the last couple of months, so I've been consuming a lot of media, and we got along to anime, video games, a lot of nonsense, and I kind of got onto this little tangent of, man, I wonder if I could do any of this better, specifically fantasy, because a lot of fantasy these days has been rinse and repeat of the same old stuff we've seen time and time again. I'm kind of curious what you guys think of the current genre at the moment.
Well, personally, in light of like recent years, I'd say the last 5 years, in terms of fantasy, like settings and like games, movies, and all that, I'd say a lot of it has been lackluster.
Yeah, right? It feels like it doesn't have that pop it used to, like back in the day when The Hobbit and other series like it first dropped.
Like, fantasy nowadays, in recent memory, best I would say is, in terms of video games, Baldur's Gate and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Those are my best examples. I was not
expecting Deliverance 2.
Dude, I want to get it so bad. You should check it out. It's so good. So good. I am shocked it didn't go for more awards. But whatever.
Isn't that the one where you need to have a little bit of a beefy PC?
No. It is actually very well optimized.
Because I saw a game, I thought it was called Kingdom something rather, but like the bare minimum was a 3080 Ti, and I'm like, God damn.
I'll probably be able to run Deliverance 2 on like high or maybe even ultra settings with my graphics card. And it's a pretty game.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll have to remember that.
I'm wondering what you're thinking of that needs a 3080. That's intense for most things out on the market right now.
That's what Immortals of Avium needed, and that was just to run minimum.
I don't even know what that is.
It was a fantasy RPG where basically you're an elemental wizard, and then the story tanked. The game absolutely tanked.
Hey, it's better than needing a 5090 for Borderlands.
And see, the thing is, I love the Borderlands franchise too, because that's honestly, when it comes to anything like fantasy RPG wise, Borderlands was like the first game that set me there.
What?
Yeah, Borderlands 1. It was back in like what 2009, 2010. And I was like, dude, post-apocalyptic, some of the most ridiculous guns ever made. Plus
That's not
TA
fantasy.
Baja.
That's sci-fi, though.
It's
Would that be sci-fi?
Yeah.
That is 100% sci-fi.
100.
Okay.
It's set in the future.
You're in
You know what?
space on a different planet, shooting
The only
aliens.
sci-fi set in the past was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away because George Lucas thought that sounded cool.
It did at the time.
Fucking dork.
Okay, well then I was wrong, but still, continue.
I thought you were gonna say Tina's Assault on the Dragon's Keep or like something like that was gonna be your first one, and I'm like, damn, that was late. But no, like, so what do you? Okay, hold. This is a good point. This is a good talking point. EJ, what do you feel qualifies as fantasy?
Well, now that I'm wrong with the whole Borderlands thing, fantasy to me is like, how can I put it? Like your basic isekai to like a medieval realm, like a D&D setting. Somewhere in there, because dude, I'm getting tongue tied here.
To me,
Medieval time,
okay.
Wizards and Merlin and all that, Sword in the Stone, Excalibur.
Yeah. Okay.
Magic.
You're kind of getting there. You're very on the nose here. Where did Borderlands fit into that?
Borderlands is again. I was a redacted 18-year-old playing something that I was never allowed to play when I was a kid, and then I joined the military and I was allowed to do whatever I want. I'm like, oh, this is something that I have access to now that's not real and doesn't exist. This must be what fantasy is.
You're kind of right, because fantasy it's generally accepted as like imaginary in the aspect of mythological, supernatural, and otherworldly.
Yeah.
I say skags are pretty mythological.
Like, say...
Okay, maybe
Like say-
okay, but that's like an alien. That's not mythological, though.
Okay.
If you said,
Okay.
"Oh yes, this was harpies," yeah, that's kind of mythological right there because we have a historical account of them. If
I
you
was
can
just
find me
being
where
fair.
skags are in any mythos, I'll admit I'm wrong.
They would be the rats of the mythological world.
I don't. Yeah, those are big ass rats.
Yeah, but a rat nonetheless. I was just being a smartass.
I couldn't tell. You were so committed to it. I'm like, he's got to be fucking having a tumor or something. I don't know what's going on here.
Probably.
I just completely derailed me. I don't even know where I was going with this anymore. So did you have a fantasy series that you did enjoy that is fantasy?
Fantasy, like anime wise or video game wise?
Anything. Video games,
Anything.
books, movies, anime.
Yeah, when it comes to anime, one that sticks out to me is just Konosuba, and that's just because I thought that entire premise was fucking hilarious.
I'll give you that. Konosuba is very fantasy. It's a little high fantasy at times because they do got like technology and it is isekai. There's modern knowledge, but Konosuba is hilarious. It takes fantasy, flips it on its head, and just spins it around a bunch of times to see what would happen.
Because I always just pick, like, the first time I watched that, I always just, well, this is the whole fantasy thing. I pictured myself in that setting of if I was the main character, and I'm surrounded, my guild consists of pink obsessed paladin, a wizard. Was Megami a wizard or a mage?
Sorcerer.
She's a sorcerer who can only do one thing once a day, and then she has to go to sleep. And then the blue bitch who was just obsessed with taking credit for everything because she thinks she's the shit.
She is a god.
He is a god.
Woo. I kicked your ass in God of War.
I don't think she's from that mythos, but you know what? That mythos is getting so wide, it could be soon. You could quote that in 5 years and potentially be right. It is. God of War has gone everywhere, man.
Mm.
Honestly, dude, God of War crossing into other mythos should be capitalized on because we clearly have like Ragnarok. That was Norse and that was really awesome. But I mean,
real quick, speaking of God of War, just to interrupt and go on that tangent real quick. So I heard something like they're remaking or remastering the original games, but they're gonna do it from the camera perspective of the modern games.
I don't like it. If
Yeah.
that's true, I don't want it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's not the original game then. You made something totally different. Something as simple as a camera angle can change the entire dynamic of a video game.
I mean, look at the Resident Evil game remakes.
Oh my god, have you guys seen Cyberpunk in third person?
No.
It's cursed. It's so cursed. All the animations are broken. The aiming's all jacked up. It's bad.
But like taking it from tank controls with a camera angle on like a corner of like the ceiling or something in Resident Evil to like third person, Resident Evil 1 through 3 feel totally different. But I mean, was one given that treatment? No, 1 was not given that treatment. But Resident Evil 2 and 3, they feel totally different. But thankfully, they weren't bad. I heard a little mixed things about Resident Evil 3, but I haven't played it. But Resident Evil 2 was great. But taking something from like God of War, that's different. I don't like that because there's a lot of spinning and swings and the chain blades going in wide arcs around him.
Air
and
combos, bud.
Air combos, all this other crap, and I'm like, that just would feel very tight and weird in the third-person camera. It wouldn't feel as free because you can just move around with that original camera angle and see all around you. Well, in nowadays God of War, you can only see in front of you.
Dude, some of the platforming too might be nightmarish.
They would have to redo the platforming to meet the modern day like movement.
I just had a flashback to Poseidon's Temple and had a mild anxiety attack trying to get through that. In the new camera, oh fuck! I need to lay down.
Yeah, no, I don't think that'd be a good choice.
Oh fuck!
But also that's.
I think I had a stroke.
So God of War would be technically in that fantasy category because it's mythic.
Yeah. Okay. That's definitely a good starting point too, because fantasy's been around forever, and gaming's a big part of what we do here. Honestly, it's just kind of like part of the theme of being digital people.
Shit, been playing games since I can remember, so yeah.
Seriously, God of War is a good one. If I had to throw out a fantasy game that just had me, because God of War was one of my classics, but in more recent times, we were just talking about this the other day. The new Heroes of Might and Magic that's coming out soon. I played the entire franchise forever, and I know 3 was the best. We're never going to get past 3. Get the fuck over it, internet. I'm not going to apologize for that. But I like the world building. I like the idea of a game that gives you factions to control, a massive kingdom with huge armies, and you and your friends all get to play resources and pit your units against each other in battles of Hydras versus Titans and Behemoths versus Ghost Dragons, or do what my brother does and build an entire cavalry unit of Dread Knights and just trample everybody because he's an asshole. Dude, they're rough. I like a setting that lets you really influence the world like that, and it's a lot of fun. And that's been one of the big high points, especially. What was the one you were playing the other day? Was it Styx?
Yes, Styx, the upcoming game. Styx, like the new Greed.
I thought you played the original one.
Yeah, I played the original too, like Styx Master Shadows and all that.
That one kind of took the opposite approach, where it gives you the world, you're this character, and like have fun with it. It's really interesting. It's old school gamer take, kind of like God of War is, but I kind of like the open world stuff that lets you build crazy things and go off the rails, which I feel like we only really see in modern settings or in sci-fi settings. I think fantasy can really use that aspect. Like, imagine we all started a game, built our civilizations, built our armies, and then went out to conquer the world. They would all look very different between these 3 people right here.
Mm-hmm. God, I'm forgetting which Legend of Zelda was. It's one of the modern ones, but they basically give you the ability to just build shit and have it, and it can function. Whether it be a cart so you can move or something, or like you can just build this.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah.
And I think that's a level of fantasy.
Fun.
Which, by the way, I don't think any one of us have played it.
I don't have a Zelda box. I'm sorry, a Switch.
I don't have a Zelda box. The only reason to buy a Switch. Oh, that's my Zelda box. I have a disposable income for one game. Sometimes Smash when I'm feeling fancy.
when I feel like being amongst the peasants.
When am I grace my presence to these casuals?
But no, that's why I thought that was actually a cool level of fantasy that they added into Legend of Zelda. Of like, you now have the power to just make shit. Doesn't matter what it is. You can just make it, and it has a use. It has a function. I'm like, you know what? That's actually an awesome idea.
It's too
A game
bad.
mechanic where
Right?
you are the mechanic.
It's too bad that it's the second part of that new age of Zelda, and all they did was add that, but reuse the map. $70, by the way. Anyways,
70. You know what else you can get for $70? Elden Ring on the Switch now too.
don't get on the Switch. The thing is not going to run well. It did not run Cyberpunk well. It's not going to run that well either.
Dude,
No, it will not.
Fine, 720p at fucking 25 frames. Fucking mint.
Like 14 frames.
Keep talking, and I'm going to smack you through this headset.
Just get a basic PC or the upcoming Gabe Cube and play Elden Ring on that.
It's not a GameCube.
I said Gabe Cube.
Gabe.
Oh. It's still not a... You know what? We're not even going to get into that because...
It's a mini computer made by Gabe Newell.
Yeah, but it's going to have issues.
Don't tell
It
him
just got...
that.
Also,
Don't.
It just got hit by the RAM shortage, so they got to recalculate the pricing.
yeah, everything got hit by it, though.
Yeah, I know, but that was the budget. It's not going to be a budget box anymore. It's going to be close to a full PC, but
I'm
form-fitting?
definitely over 1,000 at least. 100.
I'm thinking like $999 at the lowest, and then we'll hit with like a fat upcharge for more RAM.
If they go any higher than that, I don't see a lot of people buying it unless they want to just get a basic form factor PC as their first one instead of chilling out even more because of RAM prices now.
But yeah, where I was going with the whole a fantasy world that lets you interact with it. If there was, because we all play fantasy games, Kingdoms of Amalur, Styx, Middle Earth. There's another one I've been playing recently that I'm just drawing a fat blank on. But the point is, if you guys can add features to a fantasy game that you think the genre's just been missing, like crafting, like designing factions, like building resources or heroes or villains, like what would you add? Because I feel like there's so much that we get in sci-fi and horror and action that we just don't get in fantasy.
It would depend on the franchise that my answers would differentiate.
Like, do you have anything you could potentially think of? Like, just say, for like if you had a Lord of the Rings style game.
Let's say Shadow of Mordor.
Okay, so if I could add something to Shadow of Mordor, I don't know. Like the only thing that really stands out to me is if you introduced guns.
You're adding guns to Shadow of Mordor, which would be interesting for sure.
Would also, I don't even think is there any guns in Lord of the Rings?
No, there's not.
No.
I do think that'd be really funny, and that's the thing that certain settings definitely do. One of my favorite animes, Drifter, is currently exploring that and how it would change a medieval world who never had access to that technology. So it could definitely change up a game for sure if one day you just said, you know what, guns, but that's not really like a mechanic.
Yeah. Okay.
Brandon, do you got anything?
Well, given that I am a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls series, that's what I'm gonna drive it off from. I probably would. Sure. It's kind of hard because a lot of this stuff has already been done because the modding community is insane.
You can cite modders because that's technically not official content.
Yeah, like for say the modern Elder Scrolls, which I'm not looking forward to the new one because of the recent Bethesda track history. In terms of just, let's say the combat, I would like for them to like add stuff like maybe dodge roll or some sort of sideways dash or something, something like that. Maybe
so it's not real rigid 3D fighting anymore.
Yeah, or maybe like change like your stances for like if you're holding like a melee weapon.
Like, I see.
You can maybe like one stance, you're holding a battle axe like the normal areas, but one stance, you maybe one hand goes closer to the blade, and then you can like
use it like a punch almost, right?
like a punch or something. Just make it, you know, a little more adaptive. You can change the
Because
way.
real Vikings did do that.
Yeah, you can change the way you use the weapon, and you have different move sets for each stance.
Did in
I
Neo
think
3.
that's actually really slept on. What's up?
That's what they did in Neo 3. Certain weapons you can have regular stance, high stance, and low stances, and and there's completely different move sets to each way you're holding it.
Yeah.
Same weapon, 3 different ways to use it.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that it's only coming now in Neo 3, because that should have been a staple. Because, like you said, there's different ways to use and hold things.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a different style of guard, a defensive stance, or you're just throwing ridiculous feints with the spear, scaring the shit out of everybody, because that works really well.
I also would like
for
them to just make a system to where you can you'll have your basic set of spells they give you in the game, but have a little creativity of being able to combine them and create your own magic.
Okay, you took mine, because I was going to go deep into spellcraft, because the fact that we have a million fantasy games, but like less than 0.002% of them let you have any form of spellcraft is crazy.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be really cool if you just dropped into a game where they told you there is very little magic, and you invent the magic as you go by finding components, materials, you create the spells, and then your opponents create the spells opposing to yours. So if you go heavy into fire, they go heavy into water. If you go heavy into lightning, they go heavy into earth. Like, I think that would be an amazing way to make the player feel like they're a part of the story.
Yeah, I mean, shit, just being able to like take your basic lightning spell, if you're holding like a sword with like a like a rubber handle or something, and just enchant
the
blade on the go instead of having to do it at like an enchanting table in Skyrim. I think that'd be really nice. It'd be just a timed buff that'll maybe last 30 seconds, we'll just say.
Yep.
And just give yourself a little lightning damage to in like the fight you just engaged in.
And then like each element can have its own corresponding attribute. Like lightning could cause fatigue, the wear and tear from catching constant voltage. Fire would cause burn over time.
That's basically what spells are in Skyrim. Lightning takes away enemies' magical points. Frost takes away stamina. Fire does damage over time.
See, now you're cooking with gas here. I'm really liking where this is going. Somebody make this a thing. Yeah, I don't know where to look.
There to be more spellcraft in fantasy games. Let me be creative. Let me feel like an actual wizard creating my own magic.
Yup.
I would love that. I love mage classes. That would send me through the roof, dude.
And on the same vein of that, let's just say you picked a warlock and you didn't know what your spells were. The whole game would be you doing odds and ends to appease your patron and get different abilities throughout the game. And what if the game said, hey, what if you want a different patron? Maybe you had a demon. Maybe you had a Cthulhu-style Great Old One. Maybe it's a Kraken. Like, the ability to go in with a blank spell list and earn your spells and build it throughout the campaign would be kind of nutty. And the fact that no one's doing this is insane.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. And then we get games like fucking Avowed.
I don't know Avowed.
Don't. You'll be grateful. Anyways, DJ.
Just don't.
It kind of reminds me of the anime plot to Black Clover. Like, as you're adapting and evolving as a mage, your spell book increases, and thus creating your own magic as you go through, like as you go through your time in in this case the Magic Knights, from like Asta's very little and very small grimoire to what was the Time Lord's name? Was it just Kronos?
Julius Nova Chrono.
And he had that big ass fuck off encyclopedia that was just hovering above everybody.
It's a Rolodex. Dude, that's a really good point though, Deej. Like, and that system, even in Black Clover, you're not going to get the spell at this level. Your spells develop on how you as a person develop through your choices and your struggles in life.
That's what I really like.
The fact that no game is doing that is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I liked about Black Clover is that every mage is different in the way in their
Mhm.
spells. It's not like everyone has the bait. Everyone can just learn. Oh, if you have a fire attribute, you can just cast fireballs, and everyone's gonna be able to cast a fireball. They all are different.
Hey guys, it's me, DJ. Real quick before you go anywhere, I just wanted to remind you guys about NoSkill Entertainment's still ongoing partnership with Dubby. Yes, they are still hanging out with us over a year later. And trust me, they have an array of delicious flavors, such as Dragonade, Dub Sludge, and Galaxy Grenade. And hey, maybe caffeine isn't your thing. They have zero caffeine hydration formulas, such as Water Melanda and Pineberry Splash. And if any of these flavors piqued your interest, please use code NSE for 10% off your total order at checkout. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, there's some overlap in like bloodlines and lineage that you can kind of teach each other, but everyone's a unique individual. And the fact that nobody's capitalized on the game like that, because the replayability would be nuts. I would go through that thing like 20 different ways before I felt like, yeah, I should probably try another game.
Dude,
Because now I want to know what the magic or what a flame sorcerer can do, and the Hydro Fist, and the fucking arc, and the raw old school Arcanist. Like, there's so much to play with there.
yeah, like if like I'm not saying in the world, but I'd say take that same concept of magic from Black Clover and everyone having their own like unique magic that's them only, and putting it in like a RPG or even an MMO. Imagine.
Oh, MMO would go wild.
Imagine.
There would be people making multiple accounts just to tackle the MMO different ways.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
And all it is you start with a affinity for an element, and you go from there.
It could even be part of your creative character. You pick your backstory. So, are you Dragonborn? Are you human? Are you whatever class? And
Maybe even
everything could be
giving you some simple questions like, if you and your party are in this situation, and you have 4 choices, which one would you do? And it kind of just goes off of there, and your element goes off of your answers.
like the psych evaluation you get at the beginning of New Vegas.
Yeah. And then you just
Like one
go
of
from
those
there.
personality quizzes.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a personality quiz, but with explosive consequences. Fire
Like it's
magic.
It's a nice sunny day. Do you go for a hike or do you go swimming? It's like, I go swimming. He's a water elementalist. All right, here we go.
No, you got to do like the ones in New Vegas. Conflict just ain't in my nature, or I like to solve my problems head on, and it's a picture of a commando with a helmet and a knife in his mouth. Because you got to be direct with things like that, because there's going to be those players who are like, I didn't understand the question. I should be a fire mage because I like Fuegoleon. And you're just like, whatever, you nerd, read the text.
Yeah, like,
First off, what a fucking aggressive family. Can I just say that?
oh yeah.
That whole family runs on 12 at all times. They have no chill. They went past 10. They skipped 11. Those motherfuckers are on full board 24/7.
Literal hotheads.
Where's my
They
sister?
snorted
What? Fuck, hi. Damn.
Dude, they snorted smelling salts and went, let's fucking go.
And then there's
Pretty
Fuegoleon. Chill. Until he gets
Everyone, please
angry.
calm the hell down, or I will make you calm down by force. That is all.
And trust me, I will.
Imagine if you had that level up system in a game like that, though. There would be guilds. Like, people would just come together as the hoodlums of whatever magic type they are. God,
Yeah,
true.
fighting the gravity magic players would be a fucking nightmare.
Or just
All the movement debuffs. Nobody gets to move.
Or a group of like people that get lucky enough to develop light attribute.
Blind everyone. So summon the power of the sun.
Yeah, flashbang.
That would be hilarious. 8 people run up to you, yell flashbang, and your screen just goes white. That would be amazing.
Yeah, now I'm trying to think
God.
of like what type of grimoire I would have if I was in like if I was in a Black Clover setting.
Oh, I've had this thought before. Mind if I just shoot first on this one, since you got to think of her a minute?
Yeah.
Because of the industry I work in, and because of my affinity with like some of the materials I've worked with over the years, Because we do know there's people who can summon finer metals. We've seen silver, we've seen gold, we've seen bronze. Just because of attitude and like my trades in life, I think I'd be one of the steel, like steel or iron, because I have worked with both in a forge and plasma cutters and all the other heavy duty stuff, and I can fabricate shit out of metals so much easier than I can wood or any other material. I destroy soft materials. I just can't. I don't have the delicate touch. But metal speaks to me. I can work with metal every day of the week. I just think it'd be really cool defensively too. Some people summon a wall of air. Some people summon a dirt mound. Imagine how imposing it would be. You throw a fireball at somebody and an iron wall forms around them in the party. Like, oh shit! Not getting through this one easy.
I think I would be either a water or an ice or ice elemental. Just because, especially living where I live, I'm around it so much, and
You're immune to the cold.
We were just talking about this yesterday. I'm just like, dude, I'm used to it. I don't like it, but I'm used to it. I'm one with it at this point.
And water's got a lot of ridiculous potential.
It can cut iron if given enough pressure.
Oh, iron's an understatement. I think the new hydrojets are kicking out something insane, like 8-inch steel, if I remember right.
God damn.
Oh, that's wild.
Hold on, what's the cutting capacity on the new one? Because now I'm curious, because I know it was stupid high. Oh my god.
I think you found out.
He just shit his whole ass.
The new machines can crank out 90,000 psi and cut up to 12 inches of glass, stone, or metal.
That's my grandma right there.
That's one of those, and if you've seen Reborn as a water magician, the main character does do that like later in the series, and everyone's like, oh my god, it must be some kind of light magic, and I'm like, no, that's just pressure, air, and water.
I'm so glad you've also seen that one.
Oh, it's a great show,
good
dude.
one.
I'm waiting for a second season. I must catch a second season of that one.
Now, there's a lot of isekais, but there are some good ones that come out. That one was one of them.
I like that one. I don't think the Hydra Fist gets enough love in modern media, because the only series that I've seen respect the water mage like recently, other than that one, is Divinity. Nobody else cares.
Yeah, Divinity, man. For me, honestly, I think the element I'd probably go towards is like kind of like electricity, but more like hot plasma. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. So plasma is effectively, well, if we're
it's like a
splitting hairs again. Mechanical nerd. It is. No, it's not actually. So high intensity, like on a plasma cutter, is compressed air and high voltage current, and that's realistically all it is.
So like wind and electricity.
Yeah, pretty much. So that's not unreasonable. That's actually, see, this is why isekai characters go hard. They take a couple of high school chemistry and fucking science classes, and then they're given magic, and they're like, well, we've created a threat to all existence. I hope everybody's ready for this.
We've created the Geneva Convention's biggest fear and concern.
Oh yeah, 100%. Reincarnated as a slime is such a cute show, but the war crimes Rimuru commits are insane.
Oh, wow. That dude is a literal one-man army. He can take down an entire kingdom if he wanted to.
He did.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah. Potential spoilers, but yeah, he did.
He did. Yeah, he took out a whole army, yeah.
Yeah, and it held their king ransom to the rest of the country. Like, everybody better follow along, or the king's gonna get it.
You won't like what's about to happen, and I promise you, it's not cute. It's not funny. Not cute.
He is no longer a friendly slime.
But Mikey, what about you? Yes. And like, what would you do in like a fantasy setting? What would you change in like a fantasy game or movie or whatever?
To detour a tad bit, because I would like to do like the building. That was kind of what spurred on this whole thing. Like DJ brought on, it made such a difference, and it made the game very memorable. But to detour a tad bit, if we're going to do fantasy and if we're going to do fantasy movies, let's put some heavy motherfucking metal in these movies. A Monomarth, Nightwish, even like something a little more on the nose like Powerwolf. would set some of these action and battle sequences to the absolute moon. Like the hype would be nuts. Don't get me wrong. I love traditional scores. I love the Hans Zimmer style stuff, but heavy metal has a time and a place. And in a medieval battle, why do we not have Viking death metal playing in the background?
You know what? Yeah, true. I would see some fight scenes go hard with that stuff.
Battle of Helm's Deep with Amon Amarth and like Sabaton and Man of War or Bolt Thrower in the background would be crazy. Sabaton would go hard in a lot of series.
Oh, dude! Like when I was still playing the first Shadows of Mordor before I finished it, during one of the scenes, I pissed off an entire camp of orcs. I just had fucking Twilight of the Thunder God playing while just battling endless hordes of orcs, and I'm like, this just fucking feels right. This just feels right. Why not?
It does. It does. And then, like, okay, so I know you know a lot of these bands, but let's just make a hypothetical scene. Battle against the army of an undead. You have let's just say 180 undead. It's an overwhelming number for 5 heroes.
All right.
If the movie's set to where, like, backup's going to come, say, Wyvern Riders come in and help swing the battle the other way.
Mm.
Even if we had, like, classical music, like Flight of the Valkyrie, or like a bunch of other stuff of that time, wouldn't it just hit hard as well? Like even in that aspect.
Dude, you said like you're holding out against undead until backup arrives immediately. Crazy Train just came into my head.
Crazy Train. If you're going for a comedic approach, I Need a Hero would be amazing. Do you just pictured it in your head? I know you did. Hell, even on like some of the training sequences, like some of those more industrial sounds, maybe like Rammstein or things like that, would be pretty
For
nuts
training
as well.
sequence, it has to be Final Countdown.
Final Countdown. See, that's kind of leaning more towards A Knight's Tale, but it still has a place, and I have no issue with that. Like it's goofy, yeah, for sure, but the last Dungeons and Dragon movie sucked ass. It was the greatest 6 out of 10 of its generation.
What, the one
and it
with
had so
Pine?
much more
You didn't
potential.
like it?
Yeah. I really did not like it.
I loved it. I watched it twice. When he kept on asking the 5 questions to the graveyard of people, and then they would die before he could actually ask his question.
That was funny. I will say that. That was the best bit in the movie, in my opinion, because it's so real. I did that to my... They said, wait, does that count as a question? I said, yes. Fuck! That bit was really good.
Then when they finally get the answer, the skeleton, the undead's just like, hey, what about me? Can I die now?
Fine. What's your favorite book? Questions. I've got a lot of favorite books. It just keeps talking. Like, that's why I really enjoy in our D&D campaigns. I have my tablet set up, and I have playlists for different sessions. So if we're going to be doing a Encanter's Rest in the setting we ran on the last campaign, everything was very Hunt Showdown inspired. So it's a lot of Port Sulphur Band. There's a lot of dark country like Blue Saraceno. There's a lot of Gravedigger and things like that. Or there's another one, Appalachian Outlaws. That's who it is. And it helps set the tone so much. And I think Hollywood's really sleeping on that fact, because some of the bands that are out there sound so different, a mainstream audience would never know it wasn't made for that movie.
I don't know if you saw, but the recent trailer of Mortal Shell 2 had Behemoth in the trailer.
No way.
And I'm like, dude,
no way.
If they added music like this to Mortal Shell in its actual soundtrack, I would love it. It fits so well.
Nuts. Behemoth, Apocalypse Orchestra, dude.
I don't know if it was like an original song for the trailer, or if it was something that they've done in the past. I'm not well versed in Behemoth stuff, but it was so good. I need to show you this when we're done here.
I'm still tripped out about that.
Yeah.
What's up?
I mean, I am liking the fact that some video games now are actually taking the more modern music approach. Like, even though it's not fantasy, but Battlefield, their theme songs were from fucking Limp Bizkit, and I thought that was actually kind of tight that they were using their soundtrack consistent of
fantasy games aren't doing that though.
I know, that's why I'm saying I know it's not fantasy, and I wish fantasy games would, because it would just fucking slap.
Especially
really
dark
would.
fantasy games. feel that
Mhm.
some of these dark fantasy games would definitely like feel even like more epic and awesome if they included stuff like that. I would love to just
There's a
go
whole
through a whole fight like battle with a Amon Amarth in the background.
there's a whole genre called dark country now. You can just slip that into the background of maybe it's like uh sorry, a Great Plains kind of situation where barely getting settled, and you just hear some dark country playing, and it's a bunch of warriors fighting like skinwalkers or zombies, like kind of a hunt showdown kind of vibe. Dude, people would eat that shit up like hotcakes.
And even something as simple as when, like, while we're playing Neo, if they had a couple of tracks from The Who playing while we're beating ass.
That would be pretty dope. I'm
That'd
not
be
gonna lie.
pretty
But
dope.
who was in Star Wars?
Really?
Yeah, they wrote. Oh well, okay. So they recorded songs for Star Wars. What's the Jedi, whatever?
I don't care about the modern series.
Nah, I don't know.
Well, that was the one they were in.
Oh,
Hmm.
damn it.
Why do you not like the new ones?
We'll save that for the sci-fi talk.
Okay. Yes, the Who created an original track, Sugon and Esena. I can't pronounce that, for Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, okay.
So, Star Wars is bringing in cool bands like the Who to do
Oh.
stuff. Why couldn't Neo?
Wait,
Why couldn't
Fallen
Elden
Order?
Ring? It'd go hard in Elden
Okay.
Ring.
I might have heard it since I played it.
You probably did.
I just didn't know. 'Cause I think at the time I did not know who was.
That makes sense. They're still pretty obscure.
Yeah, this was like years ago. I don't remember when that game came out. It's been a minute.
Oh god, like 2017.
2019, but very good guess. That was accurate.
Fallen Order came out in 2019?
That's what I can see on my phone right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and then the next one came out a year before it should have.
Yep.
Also, it's a good thing I'm running late. My friend just texted me, "Yo, half an hour late. Hope you're not on your way."
Oh
Don't you
no.
worry. Take all the time you need. That's so funny.
It fits because we're about at that time. So, yeah, anything else for us before we close it off?
Are there any fantasy properties that you would like to see that haven't yet? Or that haven't been given their big mainstream shot yet?
So that
you say something.
can I shout out one that I wish would come up with a second one? Make
Yeah,
another
for
one?
sure. Like that. Anything that you want to have either comeback or new breath of life.
I want a second Brutal Legend Jack Black.
Oh, that's a very good fantasy
one.
series. That's a really good one. Fuck. You got me, folks.
Especially with how metal's evolved since the first one and like the band's out now, that fucking playlist would go dummy nuts.
Oh, it'd be insane. And like the funny thing is, Rob Halford could still just release music. It was on the first one. He releases stuff for the new one. He'd still do it. It'd be tough. There would be some empty spots, but I think the community deserves a second legend.
Like, imagine when you're fighting the fucking demons and then you hear the fucking brand new Knocked Loose song. Come on.
Dude, Kubla Khan, despised icon.
Fit for a king.
Fit for a king. Fit for an autopsy.
Oh, Jack Black, we're giving you gold here. You owe us royalties when this happens.
It's not gonna happen.
Sorry.
Honestly. He's not. What's he doing right now? He can do anything else. That Anaconda movie was a weird idea. He could do this.
I don't know.
Making Minecraft 2.
Minecraft 2,
Minecraft
Electric
2.
Boogaloo.
Literally.
But yeah, that's mine. I would love. I know it's never gonna happen, but I would love for a second Brutal Legend. Love for a
great
second one.
Fuck. He just got me in the feels now.
It's on Steam. If you ever want to play it again?
I still have it. It's. I might. Oh man! Before we get choked up all night, what about you, Brandon?
I'm having a really hard time. Because I played a lot of games, but I don't remember a lot of their names.
Scalebound.
I think that
He
fits
said
under.
Scalebound.
I think
It
that-
keeps coming back.
I think that fits under sci-fi, kinda. 'Cause it's sci-fi-ish. I don't know. Either way, sure, why not? Bring it, please.
Scalebound. We give us Scalebound. You promised us Scalebound, Microsoft, why haven't you delivered?
Kojima, the title's free. You can make it. You make good things often.
I honestly would not want him to touch it. It would not be the same game that we were promised.
Yeah,
It would be a fucking Death Stranding shit.
Plus, I think he's still like in the process of making Silent Hills.
And let him do his like story stuff. Scalebound, it would be something totally different. It was supposed to be something like Devil May Cry because it's made by Platinum Games. I mean, come on, they made Beretta. I think it's
I don't
called.
remember.
I think they did make Bayonetta. There you go.
Yeah, Bayonetta. There we go. When you said Beretta, and I'm like,
I was like,
pistols?
not the pistol.
That would have been crazy. Diverse portfolio right there.
Scalebound and 45 ACP.
Why not? Glock makes guns and horse insemination.
No,
No kidding. Look it up. That's a fact. That's not a bit.
I know.
What, dude? Come on.
What? It's true. That's what the business portfolio is. I have one friend who watches this who's going to appreciate that joke. Nobody else is going to like this at all.
All right, then one that you could revitalize or bring back or get a second rendition of.
It wouldn't really be a bring back. It'd be kind of a more kick into either live action or animation. I would adore if the Veil Rider series got a chance to do something other than books. Don't get me wrong, I love the books. I think they're great.
You're getting a shout out.
Shameless shill for a friend, but no, they're like genuinely. I like the series a lot. I think it'd be an incredible amount of fun to have the crazy scenes where you have where like a party of people is encamped into the side of a mountain fighting 25-foot tall dire wolves with a bunch of Browning M2s. Like stuff like that would go so incredibly hard on screen in whatever media it'd be on. But we don't see anything like that. We don't see people with centaurs with 40mm grenade launchers and backpacks full of more explosive ordnance charging lines. We don't see all these crazy what if scenarios that would be a lot of fun. We get it's another Lord of the Rings. They're walking again. They're doing more walking. They're fighting now. The fight's great, but the movie's 2.5 hours long.
There's a new show now. Oh, there's female orcs now. Okay.
Cool.
All right, cool.
That was awesome. All right, whatever.
Yeah, that's what I feel like.
What's up, dude?
Just with Lord of the Rings, because I know this comes from the guy that's playing one of the games right now, but you know, my buddy Chaos and his girlfriend, she's constantly just like, because I still have yet to watch the fucking movies. Why don't you come on over and I have like the definitive edition director's cut of all the movies plus the originals of Hobbit. It'll be 48 hours of good fun. And I'm like, return to the jewelry store simulator? No, I'm good.
I've never heard it called that before, but I'm gonna use
what? That's a good one.
Sure.
Sauron is just K Jewelers. They're bringing it back.
Your friend in the jeweler business.
I hope she doesn't watch this. When if you do, I'm sorry. Can I still come over for Chaos's birthday?
Let him over. He needs it.
He needs to get out of the house.
I don't think I'm invited over, so that's cool. I will.
No, you're banned from the house because you're still on Kira's shit list.
I know a lot of people's shit list. Let me tell you, that game night was not friendly. That shit was crazy.
I send us on out of town. You have a party to not get to.
Do you mind doing that? My voice is fighting me. I can't hit with the energy right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've made it to the end of this episode of the Tavern Talk. We made it. Thank you once again for joining us, and we will see all of you in the next one. Bye.